All right, all right. Hey guys, welcome back. So this is going to be a today's topic video. It is going to be for the 2nd of May. Um, and as I said to you guys in yesterday's video, I was going to go ahead and choose one random winner to do a free reading for them. And I did do that. The winner's name is Katharina Paul. And if you look in the description box, there's a link, free link, of course, so that Katharina, you can see that that video that I did a reading for you. I chose to do it as a separate video just so this one doesn't get so long, and so those that don't wish to watch her free reading, you can just be here with me on this. But Katharina, yours is available. I already just recorded it right before I popped on to go live here. Okay, so the free link is there. Granted, anyone can watch it. It's not a private link. It's just I wanted to make it as easy and smooth as could be for everybody. So here we go. Andrea Grant, good to see you, beauty. How are you? You are an angel. I'm so glad you're here. All right, let's see what our storyline opens up with, shall we? So we have got a 2 of Pentacles, a 2 of Swords, and the Moon. Okay, a lot of twos going on here. That's not super decisive energy at all. And instead, it's someone's all tangled up in their mind. That's all I see is somebody very tangled up in their mind, very confused, and they don't see a way forward. It's like their intuition is clouded right now. So I want this, but I don't know if I should have this. I want to do this. I want to take this action. I want to say something, but I don't know what to say. I want to let's ask what their confusion is about. Tell me about the moon first off. Piscean energy. The Magician, the Knight of Wands. Well, they're confused because they're operating off of passion, but only a knight's amount of passion, but expecting to get the results of a full-blown magician. I don't think that's going to stack up. They don't want it bad enough yet. They want the end result, but they don't want to do the work that gets them there. This could be, excuse me, this could be someone who is like, um, they've found somebody super attractive. They really want to get with somebody, but they're imagining like the honeymoon phase, but not realizing that to get to the honeymoon phase, you have to actually build and develop a connection with someone, and you know, it's like just the effort that goes into something. Just because they want something does not mean that they are yet, uh, I guess, mature enough to be allowed to have it. And I shouldn't say be allowed to have it. They're not going to be able to manifest it in, and they don't know why. And it's because they have to get more serious about it. This is like, what is it that they want? Let's just put it that way. What is it that they are trying so hard to manifest? But they seem to be confused about why it's not working. Ace of Cups, Emperor. They actually want to become someone who's really in charge of their life. Now, it doesn't matter what gender we're talking about, but here's our storyline so far. We have a character who lives their life with a lot of indecisive, like they're not really sure what they want. Do I want to live in like a cabin in the woods that I build from scratch and own 10 acres of property? Or do I want to travel the world and be footloose and fancy free? They can't quite make a decision, but yet then they're saying, I don't get why I'm not having all of these manifestation breakthroughs. And right now it's because they're running in and out of their thoughts. So the Knight of Wands is, I have passion that I want to go explore. I'm going to run this direction and try that out. Oh no, I don't want that. I'm going to run in this, north, east, west, south, and I'm going to see all the different geographical locations on earth before I figure out where I really want to be. But the problem is this character says, well, why am I not having massive success? Why is no dream coming true for me when I want to manifest it? And the universe's response is, well, because you're still acting like a knight, but you want to have the greatest love of your life, and you want to be in the greatest position of power that you've ever had in your life. You want to be a mover shaker. You want to be that emperor. You want to be that, the person who's got a whole kingdom. But that would require really, basically, this person just has to buckle down. They have to ask themselves, what do they really want? I kind of want to say with this deck one more time, when we pose that question, what do they really want? Oh, strength card in the reverse. So there's been a lot of fear. What is it they really want? So their greater motivation is fear of not having enough, fear of this, fear of that. That's why they rush around. This is somebody who might be saying, life is short. I got to try it all. I'm so afraid that I'll get stuck in something that I don't want. So I'm unable to fully commit. That's why everything is always like, do I want this? Do I want that? Do I want this? Do I want that? How do we help this character? Now let's go ahead and go over to the universe. What is maybe the best, I don't want to say advice per se, but what has the universe got to say to this person? 3 of Wands. All right. Sit down for a moment and think, what do you want your life to look like in the next 3 months? Don't say, someday and have that castle in the sky that's so far away. If we look at this in a shorter time frame, the immediate future, 3 months is not very far. 90 days, that was real fast. But if we do something in more manageable chunks, we look at our future not as like, and the whole of my life, what I want is to own a castle and I want to, have traveled the world and I want this and I want that. Okay, that's awesome. But they keep thinking like so big that they almost overwhelm themselves because they can't figure out what is the road that I should take in order to get that castle that I want to own someday. The universe says, and this is maybe it's going to sound counterintuitive, but this is the way I'm seeing this message. The universe is responding with, don't look at the biggest goal, shrink it down and say, in the next 3 months, what would you like your life to look like? That's the future to plan for first. Something a little bit more immediate, because then you'll get more focused, more direction. It's like, oh, well, in the next 3 months, I want to go ahead and I want to have saved $5,000. Okay, well, guess what? Then they have a plan in mind. Now they start, focusing on budgeting. They're really focused on their day-to-day life. They're, the things that they're going to spend money on, not spend money on, the hours that they're going to work. And all of a sudden that becomes a very achievable goal. And that might be one little segment in how they're going to become that ultimate emperor and own that castle, right? This is like looking at the future with an attainable goal, knowing that the river of life goes by us all the time. We're always flowing, meaning time is always passing. But if this character is a victim of wanting to have like some grand life and they keep saying, why does it fall short? The universe is like, because you're still zipping around, running around, spreading your energy, but not cultivating anything. You can plant seeds all over the place, but if you never tend to any of those seeds, you may not get any yield at all. And so it's like, don't waste energy. Start to focus on the future, absolutely, and the future that you want, but make it manageable. 8 of Sacred Circles. Work toward an end product that you can really see. You're not going to waste any kind of energy in your life by having attainable goals, right? You're going to be accomplishing things. So to be worried, I think that that's what this character was so worried about is, but what if I focus on something and then it doesn't turn out to get me to that emperor status? It doesn't turn out to be the thing that I want. The universe's reaction to that is like, but you're going to learn something, you're going to build something, you're going to have achieved something, you're going to like, let me see if I can make this a little bit clearer. Say this person says, I want to own a big company someday. Why is it that I never seem to get any closer to that? And here, maybe this person's getting older. I'm 45, 55, I'm 65, and I still haven't owned that company that I always wanted to have. Why do I never have it? And it's like, well, because maybe they did need to first, take some classes in business. Then they needed to work in a company where they could, learn one particular skill set that could be really helpful. And if they had done those things, if they had focused on one chunk at a time, one certification at a time, one 3-month period at a time, 1 year at a time, getting certain skills under their belt, none of that time would be wasted, because at the end of the day, they would still hold those certifications. They would still have had that resume built, and they would be continuously working toward having all the skills and all of the know-how to have that company, making business connections instead of them zipping around all over the place, trying to get loans, not knowing what business they want to start, not really having like concrete ideas. And so the universe is just saying, Dylan, make smaller, achievable goals. And not even saying, okay, I want this big goal. So now let me backtrack and figure out how I get there. And then I know, okay, I have to take this step and this step and this step and this step. It's more like, where do you want your life to be in the next 3 months? And if we know what the big goal is, but we look at it in the shorter frame, I think that the universe is saying you're already going to subconsciously be taking steps toward that big success. But it's like it's going to allow the intuition to help guide us a little bit better. I don't know if that makes any sense. This is an interesting storyline. I'm thoroughly enjoying this one, but it's I don't know, it's different. With the Tower card here, the universe also says you can't overplan. You work towards stuff, but you surrender a certain amount of control, because sometimes the thought process of, this is how at 65, I was supposed to already have my business. That can create so much stress, because it's like, wait a minute. If we confine our thoughts to saying, if I don't get it by this date, then I'm a failure. If I don't do this, then that won't work. And that would be really limiting. That would be compressing energy instead of growing and expanding. I really like this whole freedom of expectations, because I think that this character is basically what the real image I get of this is somebody who keeps thinking that they're still not good enough, that like the sum of their life isn't good enough yet. There's a wonderful song by Devochka. And gosh, I can't think of what the title of it is right now, but he says, I count the fingers that you gave me. Am I squandering the life you made me, or something like that? And it's like somebody who's asking themselves and asking their creator, like, what, like, on these decades of my life that have passed, what do I have to show for them? What is in my hand right now? Am I squandering this life? And I think that this poor character has been really insisting in their own mind that they think that they've squandered too much. They don't get why they're not having the successes. But the universe is like, quit thinking of it like that. Why do you think you're not successful? You're here, you're breathing, you're a part of this experience. Like, how is that not? Yeah, it's time to cut through the confusion. It's time to go ahead and get super honest with themselves. The universe is like being that awesome, like supportive and realistic, like big sister or big brother to this character, saying, Dylan, A, make achievable goals. B, know that you're not going to waste any time. If you're bettering any part of your life, you're doing great. And then quit being so narrow visioned. What if you're not supposed to have a castle? What if you're supposed to have a whole country that you run? What if you're supposed to become the president or the prime minister? Why do you think that your big dream is actually big enough? Maybe that's why it's not working for you yet. What if you think your big dream you haven't achieved yet, when it's in fact you're meant for something even bigger than that? Sometimes this is just saying our character has been limiting themselves. And so it's really time for them to get super serious about what, universe, get super serious and get super honest with themselves about what. Ace of Swords says Queen of Sacred Circles. So we have this storyline is kind of waffling back and forth. And so this is a very like philosophical storytelling. Because now the universe flips us on our heads and it says, don't just think about the next 3 months of life. Really think about from babyhood to our final years on this planet. What is the life story that we want to write? What are the experiences that we want to have? What is the richness of our life that we want to have? Are we experiencing things fully enough right now? Or are we always just thinking, why is that big goal not working? Why am I not good enough? Why haven't I achieved all this? The universe says, get super real and ask oneself, the experiences that we're having right now from babyhood to old age, do we have a life story? Do we have moments of memories that we hold on to and say, oh, that was a great day? That was such an amazing person that I met. Boy, I'll never forget that meal that I had that night. Simple moments in life. Are we stacking those things up? Because abundance might need to be looked at as, an abundant life, a valuable life is, did you enjoy the journey from the time you were old enough to have memories that you could remember to your older age years? What are you going to look back on? Are you going to say, wow, I spent most of my life rushing around and always feeling not good enough because I still hadn't achieved my big whole goal, and I thought that if I didn't do that, then I would never be good enough? Or are you going to be able to relax and say, I had a very rich experience in this lifetime? Because the universe is saying, go for the experience. Don't go for the benchmark achievement. If you're enjoying the life you've been given, you are richer than anybody out there. It has nothing to do with accomplishments and money. It has to do with those memories, those experiences. That's what this is saying to me. I like this one. That's really I just really kind, is really supportive. It's really I would say much more meaningful. It's a life of meaning. Ace of Cups, Four of Swords. The universe is also saying one last thing to this person, which is I believe that this character came into this lifetime maybe with a lot of burdens, you see the heavy sand that the universe is inviting this person to come into the temple and lay down those burdens. Know that you are loved, know that you're already valuable and you're already worthy, and that's why you're here. And know that you can have that great love, but it does start with having to love your own self. And it does have to do with letting go of that huge albatross of, I'm a failure because I haven't made all that money, and look at where I am in life today, and look at how I don't have the fancy car yet, or I don't have, whatever benchmark somebody said, or I don't have that romance that everybody else seems to have. And the universe is like, oh, darling, lay down that burden. None of that is a measure of your success as a person or success in life. Like, honestly, loving your life is the greatest tribute you could ever pay to this life that you've been given. So unburden yourself. Know that who you are right now, as you are, you're already good enough. And sure, you want to set goals, you want to do stuff, awesome. But don't make it to where your entire purpose for living is to own that business or to have that big castle, or, like, that's, I guess, what this is saying. That sounds a little like preachy or something, and I don't mean it to. I try to tell the story that I see. This was a very, like I say, a very philosophical story to me, anyway, the way I interpreted that. So I enjoyed it because I do like stories like that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you so much for being with me, everybody. I'm so honored you are here. I'm just, in case you didn't already hear in the very beginning, I did choose a winner, and that the free link is right there in the description box. Katharina Paul was the winner of the free storytelling. So the link is right there in the description box. Anybody can watch it. I will, do that again for other winners as well. As days go on, it was just, I've been so limited on time lately, and there's a lot of upheaval in my personal life right now. So just lots going on right now that hasn't settled down quite yet, and won't for just a bit. So hence my my spotty time to be online right now. So you guys, thank you for rolling with the punches and just going with me as life is busy and crazy from one day to the next. And I hope everybody out there is doing great. If you are here watching, if you do enjoy my channel, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Lets me know you like the channel, want me to keep doing it, and then I will. Lots of love, everybody. Oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody. I absolutely adore this entire group of amazing human beings that I am so delighted to have gotten to know through this channel. Thank you guys for making my life so good. All right, take care. Bye for now.